So it's January 9th, and yesterday around 10:30 the Black Panther tickets went on sale, and I put it on my social media. I was so excited. Get your tickets now. And then it occurred to me, I should get tickets too, so that I can be there when the movie hits theaters and I can experience it with everybody. 15 minutes later, I kid you not, 15 minutes later, I was trying to purchase tickets and they are sold out. Sold out. It told me that there was an error, and I tried again. Still the same error, and every time I tried, fewer seats. Like, there were no seats, and I was unable to buy tickets to see Black Panther on opening night. That's insane. 15 minutes. Wow.
All right, y'all, so here's the deal. Shout out to the Jazz Brand, my favorite blog. They posted the following article, February 13th of 2018. I had reblogged it weeks ago, but you know, I know I'm about as late as some of y'all hoes periods, but hey, bear with me. So the article was titled Lupita Nyongo, I felt more accepted after I got a relaxer. Here's what they wrote. In a new interview, Lupita Nyongo opens up about struggling with her natural hair as a child and into adulthood. The 34-year-old actress who co-stars in Marvel's Black Panther admits that she didn't like her hair growing up. Quote, "Well, I didn't love my hair when I was a child. It was lighter than my skin, which made me not love it so much. I was really kind of envious of girls with thicker, longer, more lush hair. In my tween years, I started begging my mother to have my hair relaxed. She wouldn't allow it, though her hair was relaxed. She felt that was a decision I could come to when I was maybe 18. Around 13 or 14, I had such a rough time with being teased and feeling really unpretty. My dad intervened and spoke to my mom about my hair, and she finally agreed. She took me to the salon in the middle of the school day, and I got my hair relaxed. I felt so much better because it was easier to tame. All the girls in my class had their hair relaxed. Very few had natural kink. So I felt a lot more acceptable." End quote. Okay, so the article goes on to say, as a teenager, she relaxed her hair. Quote, "I had my hair relaxed for most of my teenage years, and that was a whole other world. The upkeep of relaxed hair is a commitment. It took styling it once a week and then having it retouched once a month. I remember doing crazy things like sleeping with my head over the headboard so that my curls wouldn't get messed up for the next day." Lupita says she decided to cut her hair because it was expensive. She explains, quote, "I'd have these terrible neck aches because I was determined to keep my hair as pristine as possible. And it was super expensive. When I was about 18 or 19, I didn't have a job or anything. So it was really my parents paying for my hair. So I was once asking for some more money to get my hair done, and my dad joked, quote, 'Why don't you just cut it all off?' And a few months later, I thought to myself, why don't I? I went into the hair salon and I said, quote, 'Let's cut it off.' It was almost a dear to myself. Can I live without hair?" He shaved it right off. It was so scary, but so liberating because I went completely bald." End quote. Pause this mess right here. So liberating to have a bald head as a woman. Lord. Anyways, when asked if she feels pressure to change her hair for an audition, she says, quote, "Well, you know, the beginning of my career was so different than most. I didn't really do a whole lot of the auditioning thing. I booked 12 Years a Slave before I graduated, so I already had that under my belt by the time I got to New York. Also, for auditions, I really do think about the character. There are going to be characters that have relaxed hair or whatever different hairstyles." End quote. She also weighs in on the common terms that are used to describe hair on people of color. Listen to this. She said, quote, "Well, I'm not an authority on this, but the term, quote, African American hair is inaccurate because I'm not African American. But I think the term, quote, African American is often used as a racial term when it's a cultural group that does not encompass every single person of African descent. So there's that. So when you say African American, you're not actually addressing what you think you're addressing. That's a national identification, and it cannot be about the hair. I like the term well, what about the term Afro? How many Africans you seen with an Afro?" But anyways, let me not burst anybody's bubble that's listening to this right now. But anyways, that's a national identification, and it cannot be about the hair. I like the term, quote, kiki. Some people don't like that term, but when I think about my hair, I think of it as African kinky hair. But I'm not really in deep with the politics of it all and the language choice. I speak just from my own experience or my own preference. Curly hair differs so much. First of all, yes, curly hair definitely differs so much. In fact, there was a white dude on Survivor. He just got kicked off this last Thursday. I'm recording this Saturday, March 3rd of 2018. So that was Thursday. No, what day does Survivor come on? Or is it Wednesday? Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that was February 28th, Wednesday, that the episode of Survivor came on. Excuse me. So February 28th of 2018. And he had an afro. The dude who just got kicked off of Survivor. Was his name Jacob? I'm pretty sure his name was Jacob. And he had an afro, but he was white. But anyways. Let me bring it back, man. She said a lot, my Jesus. Wow. You know, one of the things that stuck out to me in these interview excerpts is when she said that she would sleep with her head above the headboard so her hair wouldn't get messed up. Have you ever heard of a white woman doing this? Since, you know, black women love to say things like, you know, well, white women wear weaves and wigs too. Do they wear relaxers too? And what are the numbers? See, black women will play this game with you where if 60% of black women are doing something and 6% of white women do something, well, they do it too. And it's like, look, you do it in much higher numbers, and that's what we're discussing. Is the fact that black women are, I mean, come on now. She cut her hair off because she couldn't afford the upkeep. How much dang money was her hair costing to do, and why? Why not just wear her natural hair as opposed to relaxing it, trying to fit in with everybody, and then cutting it off and going bald? 1 minute she's trying to fit in, the next minute she's doing something extreme by cutting it off. That's some real weird stuff, y'all. Like, a lot of y'all don't pay attention. You so busy on some Sister Hotep, black girl magic power fist, you go girl mess that you're not really even listening to what people were actually saying. That's why black women get had so much. Y'all really don't be paying attention. Y'all just be like, hey, she's a black woman. I got her back and I co-sign. Whatever she's doing, whatever she's saying, I support black women. Salute. Like y'all awesome black woman army. Like y'all the Dura Milaje or whatever they call that mess in the Black Panther. I didn't finish watching the movie yet. I had to take the time out to go see that. Just watch it in its entirety. But anyways, y'all. She said that her parents were going to give her, well, rather her mother, felt as if, you know, she needed to wait until she was 18 to figure out what she was going to do with her hair. I think that's amazing. A lot of parents would have been like, look, it's your dang hair, you know, once you're like 14, 15 years old. So I think that's really interesting that her mother would say to her, well, you're going to have to wait until you're 18. You got to be 18 to smoke. You got to be 18 to own a firearm. You got to be 18 to do something different with your hair. I think that's really interesting, you know, that her mother had relaxed hair but didn't want her to have relaxed hair. I wish she would have elaborated more on that, or maybe she did, but they didn't have time to put it all in the interview. I really wonder what the reasoning behind that was from her mother's perspective. Let me see. But the thing that really stuck out to me was the fact that she kept her head above the headboard to keep her hair in, you know, pristine condition, and the fact that she cut it all off after you said that you were trying to fit in by, you know, relaxing your hair. Why not just wear natural hair then? That's the real kicker. Is what's the deal, you know, with black women and natural hair? You know, like why they would rather wear a relaxer or just go bald. Two extremes. You're gonna kill your hair with some damn tranquilizing cream to put it to sleep. Either you want to kill the hair or cut the hair. But doing the hair is just too much. Now, I thought y'all were strong black women. If you so strong, why don't you do your hair, heifer? I really don't get y'all heifers sometimes. But anyways, man, shout out to Lupita Nyongo for doing the interview. I greatly appreciate that, because it definitely gives us some insight into her backstory, as well as what black women go through with their hair, like wanting to relax their hair to fit in, and then doing something extreme like cutting it all off, which kind of defeats that purpose. But whatever, heifers, y'all don't really pay attention. So anyways, but yeah, shout out to her, and shout out to the Jazzer Brand, my favorite freaking blog. Let me know what y'all think about it all below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channels. Visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com for more. Follow me on Twitter, Meat Magazine, Meat Magazine 7 on Google+, Meat Magazine blog and Instagram. Hit that notification button. It's right next to the subscribe button. Looks like a bell. Once you click that button, you'll be sent alerts, so you'll be notified when who, when what, when the videos get posted, Jesus.